Beekeeping is an easy-to-start farming industry which allows the fortress to produce precursors to low-value food, alcohol, and crafts. Any biome apart from glacier, tundra, and mountain is capable of supporting honeybees, but not all do. Honeybees will naturally spawn as vermin colonies on the surface where they are able. Use K to inspect the colonies. As long as there's at least one honeybee colony, the dwarves will be able to seed and grow their beekeeping industry. If you cannot locate a honeybee colony, simply paving over other colonies may allow for new honeybees to spawn. This is due to there being a limit to the number of total wild colonies allowed on a map. I use a paved road here since it will destroy colonies built on dirt, as well as stone, pebbles, and boulders. Removing the paved road reveals an empty tile and will allow a new colony to spawn elsewhere on the map. Be aware, although bumblebees may seem similar and their products do exist within the game, dwarves are unable to keep and raise bumblebees. In order to begin raising bees, the colonies must be kept in hives. Hives can be constructed from wood or rock at a craftsdwarf's workshop, metal at a metalsmith's forge, glass at a glass furnace, or ceramics at a kiln. Once the hive is made at a workshop, use the building menu, then shortcut Alt-H to place it, after which a dwarf with the beekeeping labor will complete the building. After 40 hive colonies are present in the fort, any additional will hinder existing hive production. Once 60 hive colonies are present, hive production ceases altogether. Therefore, it is advised to build no more than 40 hives for maximum efficiency. These negative production levels are indicated when inspecting the hive with Q. Additionally, hives will only produce if built with outdoor access. Note that outdoor access results from the hive being above ground, not outside. Thus, hives can be built on the surface, then safely enclosed by constructions, and still render products. There are a couple options available after interacting with Q as well. C toggles whether or not to install a new colony when the hive is empty, and G toggles whether or not to gather hive products when ready. By default, beekeeping dwarves will install colonies and harvest products automatically as long as they are able to do so. Since harvesting products destroys the colony in the hive, it is recommended to reserve a proportion of hives for splitting to ensure that empty hives can be properly refilled. Since hive products become harvestable every 6 months and colonies are ready to split after 3 months, maintaining 1/3 of total colonies for splitting is most efficient without having to rely on naturally spawning colonies. In order to gather hive products, beekeepers will need an empty jug. Jugs can be made from the same materials mentioned previously for hives at the same workshops. Note that jugs made from fired clay must first be glazed before they can hold any beekeeping products. The Gather Products task will yield a jug full of royal jelly to be used as a cooking ingredient and a honeycomb which must be processed at a screw press. Pressing the honeycomb requires an additional empty jug and yields a jug of honey as well as a unit of wax. Dwarves with the brewing labor enabled can use the honey to make mead, a low-value alcohol. Dwarves with the wax working labor can use the wax to create low-value crafts at a craft dwarf's workshop. Once your fortress houses a large number of bees, you will begin noticing dwarves being stung. While the bees do deliver venom with each sting, it is not enough to injure a dwarf or even cause an unhappy thought. Inflicting a sting does kill the bee though. Furthermore, it has been reported that bee stings are sufficient for a dwarf to be carried to a hospital. However, after over 200 stings, I was unable to observe this result. Finally, we will set up a few manager orders to automate the workshop tasks associated with beekeeping. First, we order 3 jugs to be made. I'm using wood since it is plentiful in this fort. You may need to adjust materials for your situation, or simply manually make jugs if your resources are heavily limited. Next, hit C, then P to add an order condition dependent on the number of available jugs. We use T to add the empty trait to the condition, and N to set the conditional amount to 5. Now this order will maintain 5 to 8 empty jugs at all times in the fort. Next, we set an order to press a single honeycomb. For this order's conditions, we hit R to add conditions based on the task reagents. We will change the amount of required honeycombs to 1. The second line can be deleted if you use an order to produce jugs. If not, set it to 1 as well. Now, this order will press every honeycomb soon after it is harvested. Next, we add orders to make wax crafts and mead, 5 of each. We set the conditional reagents to 5 as well for both orders. The food storage items line can be deleted if you maintain barrels or pots with other orders. Now, for every 5 honeycombs pressed, mead and crafts will be produced automatically. These 4 orders, along with regularly prepared meals, will keep the beekeeping industry running autonomously and ensure its products are properly utilized within the fortress as long as there are dwarves to carry out the tasks. This video is part of a series covering mechanics in vanilla Dwarf Fortress. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you wish to see new videos as they are released. In order to improve the series, feedback, comments, and questions are welcome and encouraged. Thank you for watching, and remember, Nakas Ungeg.